Well, g'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. This week we're marking off another milestone on our big lap of Australia, and we can't wait to bring you along on the adventure. So go and get yourself a cold drink, get your feet up for the next 20-30 minutes or so as we visit Cape Byron. Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Alison.
We decided a couple of years ago that we'd work hard and save all of our money and start living life on our own terms.
So we bought a caravan and hit the road on a trip for two all around Australia.
So why not come and join us every week for our adventures? We've worked our way down back into New South Wales. Our warranty issues are behind us now, aren't they?
I hope so.
So do I.
Touch wood.
Yes. So we come into New South Wales, and the very first thing that we notice, because we've decided to come down the coast of New South for a little way, there are no free camps anywhere, is there?
It is difficult to find free camping and even what we would think is low cost camping.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been a bit hard, but I'm sure people will be happy to share with us some ideas and thoughts and places to go.
Definitely. So we're going to look for some low cost camps, or as many as we can find in the areas that we want to visit. We've come today to Skennars Head. We're at the Big 4 Caravan Park, and just while we're talking I'll take you for a bit of a walk around, but it's a good site, isn't it? It's
a great site, it's a great area, and we were able to snag one of their deals. I think it was pay for 3 and stay for 4, so yeah, it was a good place to base ourselves for a few days and get out and explore.
Definitely. So $150 for 4 nights, so that works out at about $37.50 if you want to work it out that way, per night for the 4 nights. And we've got an ensuite site.
We did. That was the only one available. So we took what we could get, and yeah, power and water. Yeah, but great little caravan park, typical of what you expect of any Big 4, I suppose. It's got a great kids play area that's got the bouncing trampolines and climbing.
Yeah, and it all seems to be age appropriate.
Yes.
Mandatory chess set, of course. I think you find that in every caravan park. It's got a fantastic pool here, which is very, very popular of an afternoon.
It is very popular.
And it's got cabins, so if you want to come and stay and you don't have a caravan, or you don't want to stay in a tent or something like that, plenty of cabins are available here, and there's also permanent residents here. So yeah, it's certainly a little bit different to other places where we stayed, but was of the very limited options, this was probably the best one that we could find.
Yes.
It's definitely going to stretch the budget as we make our way through northern New South Wales, for sure.
I think we knew New South Wales might be a little bit more expensive on them, on the low cost than we have experienced in Queensland.
Exactly. It's probably why we don't see too many YouTubers doing many episodes through New South Wales. Yeah,
they seem to scoot around New South Wales, or scoot through it, or through into the western side of it. The coastals, you don't see too many people.
Yeah. Yeah. So the plan while we're here, because we're trying to stand on the 4 cardinal points of Australia, is we're going to stand on the most eastern point. So we're going to head out to Cape Byron and check it out.
Yes, hopefully we get a good day for that.
Take a couple of photos, and then we're going to visit a couple of local beaches around the area, and should be good. And we're going to bring you along, obviously, for the journey. So let's get out to Cape Byron. Just on our way out to the most eastern point of Australia, and I've got to say, the staircase coming down from the lighthouse is the weirdest set of steps to walk down I think I've walked down since we were in Europe, Al.
Yes, they're a bit, they're definitely not even, and doesn't help when you've been on wet grass. The old thongs are a bit slippery.
Well, another milestone ticked off, Al. Here we are at the most easterly point of Australia. What do you reckon?
It's very beautiful.
It's very beautiful. Well worth the walk, and it's a fantastic day for it. Because it's a bit windy, when we get back to the car, I'll let you know about the details coming up here to Cape Byron. But just for now, I'll give you a bit of a look around. The only thing we're concerned about a little bit is that when you look up to the side here, there's another point. We're not quite sure if that's the most easterly, but anyway, we're going to walk out and check out both. We think we're still on the most easterly point of Australia, don't we, Al?
Well, that's what the sign said.
Yeah, but we're not 100% sure because another bit that hangs out a bit further, so we're going to walk down and stand on it just to make doubly sure that we've done it. But it could be just an optical illusion too from where you stand. So anyway, we'll check it out. I'll tell you what, Al, if this isn't the most easterly point we've already stood on, it's a long way downhill to walk bloody back up again.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it'll be worth the exercise.
I was going to say, good workout.
Exactly. Alright, so we've come down the hill from the signposted most easterly point because we think this sticks out a little bit further, but we'll only know when we get out here. So here's hoping. Well, we're not exactly sure if where we've walked to is the most easterly point. It feels like it, but as we said before, it could be an optical illusion because when you get to the bottom here and you look up, it actually looks like the point that is marked the most easterly point might be level or stick out slightly more. What do you reckon?
Hard to tell. I'm not good at that sort of stuff.
Yeah, anyway, we'll see. I remember I walked around here many years ago with the army and we walked out to here. Right down there on that point, there's actually a stick that still sticks up, and I think there used to be a sign that tell you that you're the most easterly point, but I'm not 100% sure because I'm going back about 35 years now.
I do remember a sign being out on the point at some point. That's a long time ago.
But either way, we stood here and we stood up there. We definitely covered our bases for the most easterly point of Australia.
Probably like every other Australian who comes to the most easterly point, you go to both just to make sure you cover it off.
Exactly. When you come and do the walk out to the most easterly point, one thing you need to keep in mind is watch where your feet are going, so I just stumbled. And secondly, you do need a reasonable level of fitness. You don't have to be fully fit, but just enough to get up and down some steps. It's not stroller or wheelchair friendly, so that's certainly something to consider if you are coming out here with young children. But other than that, it's a beautiful walk, particularly on a day like today.
It's a great walk.
So the lighthouse got put in 1901, and that was because of all the shipwrecks. There was 419 wrecks between 1873 and 1896 in New South Wales, and 595 people lost their lives. But it is the brightest lighthouse on the east coast of Australia, and it shines out to 50 kilometres or 27 nautical miles to sea. It's a beautiful thing to look at. I said a little bit earlier that when we got back to the car, I'd explain a couple of things for you when you get here. If you do come all the way up to the top of Cape Byron, there is a parking fee involved. It's $10, wasn't it?
$10 per car, and I think it's only for an hour.
Yes.
And $4 for motorcycles.
But while we were here, we met the parks guy, and he told us that we could buy the parks pass, which would cover the parking. And because we intend on going to a lot of national parks while we're in New South Wales, like to stay or just to visit, the parks pass was well worth it. It cost us $65. That was it the multi-pass?
That was the multi-pass.
And that allows you into every park except Mount Kosciuszko. And when we do go to Mount Kosciuszko, because besides the north, east, west and south, we're also doing the highest and the lowest points of Australia, and you'll see Kosciuszko in a couple of months' time. But we just thought, because we'll only probably be there for the day, we'll just buy the day pass to go to Kosciuszko.
I think that's going to be more economical, yeah.
Definitely, because it was $190 if you bought the every parks pass that included Kosciuszko. So something to keep in mind if you're going to visit a lot of national parks when you come into New South Wales. The other thing here at Cape Byron is when you come to the top, besides the car park, there's also a visitors centre, which was, I think it's the old lighthouse keeper's house.
I think so.
Yeah, so you just walk through the rooms. It's, the decor is very 70s.
It is.
You go for a walk through the rooms in there, little displays about local fauna in each one of those, and also First Nations people, which was nice to have a look at. And there's a coffee shop here.
There is.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful drive, and we actually were going to come back tomorrow and do sunrise and stuff here, but it's such a beautiful day today. Just didn't want to miss out just in case it does rain tomorrow, because you know what it's like when Alice and I come to the beach. All right. Well,
who knows what we get.
We're going to get back down into Byron and see if we can catch up with our good friend Chris Hemsworth. No.
Oh my goodness.
You never know, you never know.
You have met him.
Yeah, I met him when I was working for Virgin. Yeah. So I'm going to go down, we're going to Byron, we'll take you for a quick look around town down there. We need to get a bit of bread and milk at Woolies, and then we're going to go down to a couple of coastal beaches as we work our way back down to where we're staying at Skennars Head. right, well, it's as usual in Byron Bay. It's extremely busy, isn't it, Al?
Very busy, and it's a Friday.
And it's really always hard to get a car park here. It doesn't matter whether you come middle of the week or the end of the week or whatever. It's
very popular.
It's not the sleepy little town or the beautiful sleepy little town it used to be 20, 30 years ago, but we can't live in the past. Byron Bay is what it is. It's not really, I wouldn't say it's our scene anymore, is it? It's not like somewhere that we go out of our way to come to, other than just like a day visit like today.
Yes, yeah. I don't think Byron's ever been my place to come. It's a nice place to visit, but yeah, it's a little busy for me these days.
Yeah, people certainly love it. But anyway, got a few things in town, so there's plenty of pubs and cafes. There's a Woolworths. Yeah, everything that you need here.
Yeah.
So as I said before, we're staying out of town and just coming out and day tripping to Byron and some other places in this region. So that might be a good thing for you, or you might want to set yourself up right here in the heart of Byron Bay and just enjoy the action and the culture and the beach life and all the other things that's associated with living in Byron.
It's nice to come and visit and experience once. Yeah, definitely.
Definitely, yes, definitely. We've just come out of Byron and we thought we'll take a turn down to Broken Head to check it out, and geez, I'm glad we did. This is beautiful down here, isn't it?
It is beautiful.
I love these northern New South Wales beaches. Check this one out. So there's Byron right over there on the top. I don't know if you can see it or not, but you can see the lighthouse. It's right up there on top of the point. And then we come around here and this is Broken Head. What a beautiful beach. We're at Broken Head. We just took the turn off the highway to come and check it out because I saw a caravan park when I was searching for somewhere to stay when we're coming down to Byron. What do you reckon about Broken Head, Al?
It's beautiful. You know, the surrounding areas to Byron Bay, there's lots of little gems to come and see and explore. So yeah, it's just one of those beautiful gems. It
is, and literally 5 minutes out of Byron. It's not busy here. It's easy to get a car park.
Yes, if you want to avoid the hustle and bustle of Byron, because it is popular and understandably so, pop down the road to Broken Head and come and visit. It's a beautiful ocean, beautiful beach. It seems to have lots of parking as well, and it is covered under the National New South Wales passes.
Yeah, so the permit that we bought this morning when we're up at CAPE BYRON at the Lighthouse cost us $65 as we said for the year, but we've already used $14 worth of car parking.
Yeah, I think this one's $4 per hour, so we're just trying to understand better about the New South Wales Pass Park. I think I said in one of our other videos that I was a bit confused by New South Wales and their processes, but I'll get my head around it eventually. What
I really loved about the Broken Bay beach is not only is it a beautiful beach, but it's got that white squeaky sand, and that's always ticket confidence in your beach. It was yeah, really, really good. All right, we're going to push on down to Lennox Head, as we said to you a little bit earlier. We'll stop and have a little bit of lunch down there, give you a look around. All right, so it's going to take a cruise through the centre of town in Lennox Head. It's a pretty little town.
Yeah, it's all, we've also had a bit of a facelift, I think, since this area's become a little bit more popular.
Oh, definitely, yeah. It's in fact, it's really nice through here. There's a couple of good caravan parks around town. We've seen both of those since we've been here. So if you want to come and stay, certainly. I looked at this one, I couldn't get in, it was booked out. So the tip might be around the weekends that you try and book well in advance if you know what your weekend dates are, or you might just get lucky and jag a spot, but we couldn't get one for 4 days over this weekend in February.
That's the Discovery Park?
Yeah, it was Discovery, I think, or in Junior. It was one of them, I can't remember.
I think it was the Discovery.
There's a couple here, but it's a nice spot, beautiful beach, great spot. We pulled up and had a bit of lunch. It's really nice.
What are you up to, Stephen? I'm
making us some lunch at the moment. We try and save money while we're on the road, and one of the ways to save is to make your own lunch and bring your own lunch with it. I'm not saying we're stingy, we don't mind spending a bit of money in different towns and stuff, but yeah, this is just a really economical way to do it. And you can pick some really great locations for it at the moment. We're right here at Lennox Head in front of the beach. We're pop the awning out for a little bit of shade. Yeah, it's just a good way to set up, isn't it?
It is a good way. We don't probably utilise our awning as much as we should.
No, we don't. That's one of the things when you travel full time, because you've got your van with you a lot of the times. The things that you used to use a lot, we used to use the awning a lot at the beach. We don't use as much, but we do make the conscious effort to try and use it, particularly to keep out of the sun on these brighter days, hey?
Yes, we do. It's quite warm.
All right, we're going to get on with our lunch and then we'll get down and have a look at the beach. All right, well here we are at Lennox Head. Yeah, nice beach, beautiful beach in fact. Not as nice as the one we just saw up at Byron Bay. Well, that's my opinion anyway, but I'll leave it up to you what you think. But still a beautiful stretch of our coastline. Just come to look at, I cannot remember what the name of that lookout is, but it's a great view. I'm going to jump out of the car and show you all of it very, very soon, but I thought I'd just jump in now and explain. We've done, or something's gone wrong with our microphones, hasn't it? So,
yes, it has.
And we probably need to replace them, which we won't be able to do till we do a couple more shifts at Woolworths. So sound quality might be a little bit different over the next couple of episodes, but we'll do our very, very best to make sure we can give you the best quality we can give you. But yeah, until we get some new microphones, unfortunately, this is just the way it's going to be for a little while.
Yes, it's just instant.
Yeah, it was.
1 minute it worked and 1 minute it didn't.
Anyway, we're going to go back to the same mics because they're brilliant, but yeah, we think they're just done. Anyway, on with the show. Alright, we're just taking a walk up to the top of the Lennox Headland, to the lookout. It promises to be fantastic from what we've seen so far, but when we get up there I'll give you a bit of a look around. It's a great track to walk up along, very easy going. Well, this is it. This is the lookout from the top of Lennox Head. Beautiful spot, gives you a great view right down over the town and the hinterland, all the way up to Cape Byron. And just a beautiful view of the ocean, and it's great today, isn't it, Al, the ocean?
Oh, magnificent. We've got a cracking day, absolutely.
In fact, you will never be able to see it on the GoPro, but trust me, where my finger's pointing right now, there's a big turtle swimming around down there. When you come up to the Lennox Headland to see the lookout, the track for the coastal walk goes all the way through here, which I think runs for about 16 or 17 kilometres all the way along the coast here, which just sort of contours the coastline. It's a beautiful walk. We're certainly not doing it today.
Oh gosh, no.
No, but yeah, if you're keen, get up here and take the walk, because you get to see all those places that you drove past coming down the Pacific Highway many years ago, and you never stopped to jump in and have a look. But geez, I tell you what, I'm glad that we have now.
Yeah, oh no, it's a beautiful part of the world, northern New South Wales. Definitely come and visit.
Definitely. Just coming back down off the lookout, we're going to stop and show you some hang gliding, or a guy's taking off down here. He did offer Alison a ride, but she politely declined.
No.
Anyway, let's see how he goes. Here's our friend with the hang glider. He's obviously measuring wind speeds or something at the moment, but yeah, he was quite generous and he's offered to take Alison for a ride, but she wants no part of it. Looks like old mate's going to be underway here pretty soon. A couple of pre-flight checks going on. I'll tell you what, I'd be doing a pre-flight undies check if I was doing that. Here he goes. How cool is that? Well, as you know, we're staying at Skennars Head, and we've come out just across the road from the caravan park. You come down to a beautiful beach. I'm almost 100% sure it's called Broken Beach, but if I've got it wrong, I will stick the name in now, just to show you what it is. It's a very unusual beach. It has a very small side to it, which is covered in pebbles. That's very reminiscent of some beaches that we saw in the UK or in the Northern Hemisphere.
Yes, it is.
And then you walk up onto the headland and just have this spectacular view, and I'll cut in some footage. Right out across the headland. It is absolutely beautiful up here. It's well worth the drive over if you're staying down in Skennars Bay. But the other thing that's unusual here was, and we've seen a little bit of this in New South Wales, haven't we?
Yes, we have, yeah.
They have a lot of emergency equipment. So at this particular one, and I did read this on WikiCamps, You do need to wear life vests and stuff when you come rock fishing here, but downstairs on the wall, or on the rock wall, there is a life ring and a couple of life jackets, and there's also, what was the name of the kit called now?
Emergency response.
Yeah, they have an emergency response kit here. Yeah, which inside contains a bleed kit, tourniquets, and a defibrillator. So obviously for potential drowning or perhaps shark attack victims in this area, I'm not 100% sure, but that seems to be the logical choice. But yeah, certainly something we don't see in Queensland.
I've never seen it in Queensland, to be honest, but it's quite good. I think it's a great thing to have, to get quick access to. And we have seen it a lot of signs in and around pointing us in the right direction to get some of these kits. Yeah, even out off the road. So anyway, enough talk about it, let's go and have a look at it. Is when you walk up onto the headland that's in between the two beaches. So here's the main, or I'm going to call it the main beach for Skennars Head, and we just come around here. You can see the point, that's obviously where a bit of rock fishing takes place, and then out over there as well, and there's the smaller beach that we spoke about. This headland has unprotected cliffs on here, and there's no signage to tell you that, but it is a considerable drop down to the water. So come up and have a look at it, but if you've got young children, just be very careful, keep your eye on them, because the next step is probably about 20 metres to the rocks below. I'm hoping that the GoPro picks it up, but just there's a pod of dolphins. I'll try and zoom in as best I can, but yeah, we're just standing up on that headland we were talking about. What a beautiful thing to see. There they are. They're beautiful creatures.
Alright, tonight we're going to have a really easy dinner. We can do a couple of pizzas out on the Weber. To do that, what we find really easy to use is we bought ourselves one of those Weber Q pizza plates. So here's one here. So that's the box that it comes in. Now, I kept the box for this for about 2 years. I just keep it in the caravan, and we use it quite regularly. We probably do a pizza, I don't know, maybe once every couple of weeks. So you get your pizza tray, bit of foam, and you get your stone, and that's the part that we go out and preheat on the Weber right now. First, you've got to put your stone onto your barbecue. Now, all you need for that's just your trivet. So I put the trivet on top. That gives you that little gap between the stone and the grill. And then you start to heat it up. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I think the instructions say something like it's got to be 350 degrees or something in the stone. I just heat it up. I put it in there. I come in. I put the pizzas together. By then, about 10 to 15 minutes has gone by. Then I walk out and put it on. It always seems to be hot enough. But what I do when I first start it up is I just wrap the garlic bread in a bit of alfoil and I throw it on top of the stone. Alright, so as I said, we're going to have a bit of pizza tonight. We try and keep it really simple, and we just use the leftovers that we've got inside the caravan. So we've used 1,000 different things on them before, but only will show you. So tonight we've got a little bit of capsicum in the fridge, we've got tomato, onion, there's some ham there from sandwiches, some olives. You're going to need some pizza sauce if you don't know how to make your own. I don't know how to make my own, so I use the pizza sauce. And these pizza bases, if you use the Weber pizza tray for the Weber Q or the baby Q, these ones from Woolworths, they're like $3, but they fit that tray perfectly. The other things that you'll need is you need some cheese. We like to use mozzarella because it just melts well. It's good for pizzas. I don't like that 4 flavoured pizza. Do you, Al? The 4 flavoured cheese pizza stuff.
Been a while since I've had it, but
yeah,
yes.
It's always a little bit disgusting for me. But everyone's got their own taste. So I don't mind just a bit of mozzarella.
Everyone feeling hungry after that
exactly.
description.
And just some herbs. So we're going to use some Italian herb blend tonight, just to give it that Italian credibility. Oh, and I like to put a little bit of chilli on there. Anyway, so we'll do that. And the other secret ingredient I use, and I'll put on one of them tonight. Big squirt of Barbie sauce over the top when you're done. Oh, all right, so we'll get this together. Okay, best part of making the pizza, putting it all together. So one of the pizza bases, you'll probably get a better look now, but see, it fits perfectly on the tray. All right, next thing, some pizza sauce. Now, as I said, you can make your own if you want to. I can't do it. I prefer just to buy it, and for about $2.50 a jar. That's all you need. Put on as much or as little as you like. Let's use one of these spatula things to spread it around. That looks okay. All right, next, just put on your toppings. So we'll start with some onion. Just break your rings out. Well, that's the way that we do it. You can chop them up fine if you want to, but we prefer just to have the rings. We'll try and work the tomato so that when I cut it up into slices later on, there's a bit of tomato on each one. One more. That'll be 8, yep. I'll throw some capsicum, we'll mix up the colours. Alright, some ham. Now of course you can make whatever you like. We really enjoy sometimes just a cheese and tomato pizza. We just put on tomatoes, some cheese, and that's pretty much it. Stick it into the Weber and away you go. What do you reckon, Al? How's that looking?
It's looking good.
A few olives?
Yes, please.
Once again, I try and get it in about the spots where it's going to cut up, so we end up with all the ingredients on every slice. That one's done. And then next, I just use, as I said before, some Italian herbs. Just sprinkle those quite liberally across the top. If you like a little bit of chilli, Alison's not the biggest chilli lover, but I put a little bit on there, not a lot. Done and done. And finally, just your cheese. Alright, now this has been a recent addition, but it's really good. So it's a bit of Barbie sauce over the top. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, it goes alright. Done and done. There's our pizza. Cooking time for this outside, I'm not 100% sure of. You can either do it in two ways. You can wait until your cheese has gone brown on top, or you can sit outside, relax and drink a beer at the same time. Generally by the time you finish this is good to go. Alright, oven's definitely hot enough, so let's put the garlic bread to one side. Oh, that's hot. Garlic bread to one side, pizza on, lid down, kick back and relax. Okay, looks like the pizza's right to go. Just be careful though, these bloody trays get hot, so I use this glove. It works okay, but you really start to feel the heat after. I've used pliers before too. Pliers work a lot better because you don't have to touch anything. Alright, so pizza off, let's get rid of that for a second out of the way. The old trusty pizza wipe. Cut her up. Does a good job, the pizza, doesn't it, on the Barbie?
Oh, it's excellent.
Yeah.
It's very tasty.
And you can control what you put on it. Ours might not be the healthiest one in the world tonight, but if you just want all veggies on it or whatever it is that you like.
It's whatever's in the fridge, so
yeah,
that's the beauty of it. Yes.
Yeah, and I reckon, just a quick estimation, just like with what the ingredients we put on there tonight, I reckon we're eating dinner for less than $10.
Oh, absolutely.
Easily under $10. Yeah, and it's very, very filling. So we normally will make two. We get through about 1.5 with a bit of garlic bread. It's better, isn't it?
Yeah, we do. It's good. It's a good way to use up the leftovers, and it's a good way to have something nice and healthy.
It is. All right, well, I'm going to get this served up and I'll get the official taste tester onto it all.
Oh.
All right, this is going to be diabolically hot because it's just come off the barbecue, but we'll get the chief taste tester into it. Give us your verdict, Al.
It's good. Yeah, it's always good. It's nice.
It is.
Much nicer than the bought ones, I always think. Yeah.
Oh, definitely they are. And as we said before, you know exactly what you put into it. It's cheap to make, and you can just use your leftovers you've got in your caravan. Just cheap and easy. We always carry supplies for it inside the van, just in case we want to have an easy dinner.
Definitely.
All right, we're going to get stuck into this. We'll catch up with you a little bit later on. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Well, as usual, the weather has turned because we've come back to the beach. We got a perfect day in Byron yesterday, and we thought today we'll take you for a drive all the way down to Iluka. We'll check out a few beaches and things, get out of the caravan this morning, piddling down rain. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm sure we'll get away with it. So we're in East Ballina and we're staying the day at Lighthouse Beach, so we'll take you for a bit of a look around. All right, so here's Lighthouse Beach in East Ballina. It's a nice looking beach. It's a pity the sun's not out today. But yeah, plenty of people down there. Surf lifesavers are down. There's quite a few people in the water at the moment. It's only early in the morning, so should make for a good day. There's a few boys out there surfing off the point. All right, if you come down to Lighthouse Beach, just follow the signs of the lighthouse. We're going to go up there and check that out very soon. But where you park, or the lookout, one side is Lighthouse Beach, and when you walk to the other side, you're going to get run over by a push bike here. When you walk over to the other side, you come to Black Head. I'll just put the camera in, show what it looks like. All right, so there's Black Head right there. What do you reckon, Al? Morning walk along the beach is good for the soul?
Very good for the soul.
Oh, doesn't matter what sort of day it is, does it?
It's always beautiful and always relaxing.
It is, yeah. We are starting to get rained on a little bit, but you know, when you're doing this and you're not at work, who bloody cares?
Exactly. It's nice.
It's definitely a flashback to my youth in the 70s. The old Space Invaders. We've just come directly across the road from where you park your car at Lighthouse Beach. There's a small walking path and it brings you up to the old lighthouse here in Ballina. I'm not sure if it still works or not. Do you know, Elle?
I don't know, but I suspect not.
Anyway, we'll check it out. It reminds me a lot of the one at Fingalhead, but let's have a look. This is the lighthouse that's at Ballina. I'm not 100% sure if it still works. It could do. I mean, it's got a light and stuff in it. I did read the small plaque there, but it doesn't indicate if it does or it doesn't. It just says that it was made automatic in 1926, but it was originally built in 1866, and it's one of the oldest lighthouses in New South Wales. It's very unassuming, just sits up here on the point, but it was vital for people who were transporting, you know, or coming up in ships and transporting cargoes when the northern coast run was like a major part of our trade. So yeah, it was very interesting to come and have a look at, very interesting to have a read about, but more importantly, great beach to go down and visit when you're here. Well, that's it for this week's episode. Ali and I really hope that you enjoyed it. Come and join us next week and I'll tell you all about this river that's behind us right now. If you liked today's episode, make sure you hit the like button before you leave. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. And once again, welcome to all our new subscribers and our old faithfuls. And if you liked today's episode and you want to make a comment about it, please put a comment in the comment section. Anyway, you have yourselves a great week. We'll see you next Saturday at 9 o'clock. Bye-bye.